Welcome back to another Heart of the Huntress series. We are a team of strong-willed, independent women from different continents, of varying ages, backgrounds, experiences and culture. This series, we will join Margaret from South Africa and Christy and Donna from Australia as they tackle the wild Aussie outdoors. Hi, I'm Christy Pisani from Australia.
And I'm Margaret all the way from South Africa.
We're founding members of Heart of the Huntress, and we're here filming for Series 2, our Australian adventure. Over the next few episodes, we'll be travelling to various parts of the country, showcasing the rugged and picturesque landscape, and the people, who are just as rugged and almost as picturesque.
I thank you for welcoming me to your beautiful country, and I look forward to experience your hunting culture and the many outdoor activities.
So thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoy watching the series as much as we will enjoy making it. This morning we're out at my hometown in Western Queensland, and I'm here with a couple of the local boys. We have Wilbur, Kieran, Casey and Ben, and we're going to head out hunting using dogs, which is quite a popular hunting method out here in the flat country. Here Margaret was introduced to the true Aussie culture, as they were taken out by some local boys for a spot of pig hunting using dogs. Feral pigs are a big problem in this area as they attack farmers' crops, destroying sometimes thousands of dollars of crops each night. Are you on to one, boys? For country kids out here, pig hunting is a way of life, even a rite of passage, as they quietly, and sometimes not so quietly, compete to have the smartest dogs who catch the most and biggest pigs. But the boys know that a good hunter has pride in their dogs.
Any
size about him? So just And that was Jess that found?
Yeah.
Found it? How old's Jess, Wilkes?
3.
3, so still a young dog.
Yeah.
She's showing a fair bit of promise though.
Yeah, she's got plenty of room for improvement, but she's still only young, so I'm happy with what she's doing.
Yeah. Well, we might go for a bit of a wander through and just let the dogs get a bit of energy out.
Righto.
Ted hasn't been out for a little while, so he's all a bit excited, so go for a little wander up and see if we can flush anything out.
Righto.
Recreational hunters will generally use the carcass to feed their hunting dogs. So the boys are having a great time running around, and I think it's a very healthy activity for them. So the kids who live here out in the bush, there's not always a lot for them to do in terms of things like shopping or going out to the mall. So this is how they spend their weekends, and you know, it's keeping them healthy, it's helping out the farmers, and really they can't get into a real lot of trouble. The dogs will find the scent of a pig and chase this scent until they were able to catch up to it and lug or hold onto its ear. The pig will usually stand still when being held by the dogs, and the hunter can quickly dispatch the animal using a knife. Professional hunters with special licences will prepare the carcass of the animal under strict regulations. Alrighty, moving on. So we've just finished our morning hunt, and although we didn't get too many pigs on the ground, it was still a pretty successful morning. So we got to have a run around, the dogs got to also have a run around, got some fresh air, some exercise. So did you have a good time, boys?
Yeah, it's good.
What are you doing for the rest of the weekend?
Going back to school.
Back to school on a weekend? Is that detention?
Salad club.
Heart of the Huntress aim to demonstrate to all people the power of drive, ambition and unity. We aspire to be positive role models for all women, men and children, to be valued for our skills, knowledge, ability to share, learn and succeed, and encourage others to succeed. After having a few days for Margaret to recover from her long trip across the ocean, it was time to head to South East Queensland to meet our good friend and official photographer, Steve Lurie. Christy and Margaret arrived in the afternoon and set up camp. They will be camping in an old barn with no electricity or running water, and sleeping in what Aussies call swags, which are a large canvas bag with a thin foam mattress and bedding. Such a simple camping setup is what Aussies affectionately call rustic. They feel it is a true taste of the outdoors and is a close reconstruction of how the cattlemen, outdoor workers and travellers used to live in the old days. Here in Australia, the genetics are not so strong. Although many areas are well populated with large red deer herds, the trophy antlers are much smaller, and the large stags are not commonly encountered. On this hunt, Margaret and Christy would be seeking a red deer to be taken for human consumption. Christy explains that most Aussies, especially the New Zealand-born, are strong advocates for the minimal wastage of meat. Whatever they take, they will use, and only take what they intend to use. And on this occasion they spotted a young male deer, known as a spiker, low down on the northern-facing ridge. Spikers are renowned for spending time alone, sometimes two of them hanging out together. With less eyes and ears, it makes the hunt a little easier, unlike hunting large herds of female deer, known as hinds, who will always keep a sharp lookout. This deer, however, was wandering in quite open country, and was feeding higher up, which would make the movements easy to spot for this sharp-eyed animal. The girls then discovered that they had two pairs of eyes to contend with, as a second deer, also a spiker, was feeding amongst the shrubs not far away. Margaret began her stalk, with Christy following behind, a little clumsily with the camera. The deer began feeding up the ridge, continually increasing the gap and taking them further out of the girls' shooting range. The stalk had taken them slowly higher and higher up the ridge, and the girls and the deer were now situated in an area of very steep and rocky terrain. Margaret set up her lean on a large boulder. It was a few tense moments.
Huntress late afternoon, and we didn't walk very far, and then we spot the one red deer, and I decided I'm going after him. It's not a big male, but we are here to hunt some for the fridge, so this is the best size. And we started to stalk, and it was a quite hard stalk. I need to stalk this red deer up the mountain, stop a few times so that he can't notice me, and I just keep on going. And then at one time I stopped and I wanted to take the shot, but he walked behind a tree and I couldn't take the shot, so I needed to go closer. And I went a little bit closer, and I've got only that one chance because the sun is going down and it's starting to get dark. It was my red deer. It's my first red deer, so I'm very honored to hunt one of them in Australia. It's a big honor, and it's one animal I can tick off my list.
Join us on the next episode, where the Huntresses prepare for their big road trip to Cape York. They will head north from their red deer hunting spot, travelling through the flat country to the tip of the eastern side of the continent, where the country is thick with feral animals ready for Margaret to hunt. See ya! No rivers too deep, the journey has just begun. Just begun. And I got the heart of a huntress, and I like the wind on